Welcome back to the Kaspa Silver YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to cover a bunch of news topics, and so there's a lot to cover, so let's just get straight into it. Let's first go ahead and take a look at the price action. You could see here that Kaspa is currently down 3.40% in the past 24 hours. It's recently had a huge run up in the last 7 days. It's up 30%. In the last 30 days, it's almost up 100%. So basically, if you would have bought in any of these time frames, you should be up in the past month or so. So looking at the chart with my very noobish TA here, we could see that Kaspa on the daily chart has currently just been a little bit overheated. I mean, we just went over the 70 mark on the RSI, and also on the stochastic RSI, we are above in the 90s right now, and we are seeing finally a little bit of red, which I've been waiting for. I'm currently waiting for a 0.022 correction or either Monday to come, because I buy every single Monday. I have not bought anything during this run up. I'm not going to fall into the FOMO. I'm just going to keep dollar cost averaging in all the way until I hit my goal, or it hits a certain price where I just simply do not want to buy anymore, and just kind of let it ride. But we could see that, we did just have a really hard correction here on the 4 hourly. On the weekly, we are seeing that the RSIs are about to cross right here, and also on the stochastic RSI, it's still really low and about to cross to the upside. So looking at the weekly, it just looks like we're just getting started though. You could see that when we did top out over here, the RSI was about, like, I think it was almost at 90 over here. 91 to be exact. So we've corrected, and now the RSI is about to cross. The trend change might be happening, but again, it's hard to tell what's really going to happen because of the market sentiment for Kaspa is just very bullish right now, and it's very, very greedy, including Bitcoin. I mean, if we look at Bitcoin's up 15% in the past week, and up green all the year long. So it's just Bitcoin has been really moving the markets with the recent ETF news, the new crypto exchange by the banks, and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and look at the top addresses. We can see the top 10, 17% is held. This has been decreasing a lot, which is very, very good. Just means that more Kaspa is being distributed to more holders. We can also see that the percentage for MEXC has dropped significantly. And I've been seeing a lot of people say that, oh, there's going to be MEXC manipulation like always. Well, when we first had our run up back 2 months ago, MEXC held like 8% of the whole entire supply of Kaspa. So it's reduced a ton now to 5.51%. And you can see in the top 10, it's mainly just exchanges, which again is really, really good for the distribution of Kaspa. Let's get into some partnerships that Kaspa is actually acquiring. So you can see here, so the #1 game account trading platform, IGV, doesn't only accept payments in CAS, it is also establishing strategies together with Kaspa to revolutionize ownerships in game assets. So adoption could be faster than we think. So IGV is like a gaming company that's focused in Web3, crypto technology, whatever, just making sure that they can allow Kaspa to be integrated with their games to allow digital asset ownership. And it looks like IGV understands the tech behind Kaspa, especially with it solving the trilemma here. So it says, this time IGV and Kaspa are joining forces, leveraging their strengths and efforts to turn games into a genuinely open world, not only enhancing the liquidity, security, and profitability of games, but also improving the playability and appeal of games. In the future, we look forward to seeing more cooperation and innovation from IGV and Kaspa to better serve the gaming community. So I know gaming is very popular when it comes to crypto, especially when nowadays games are just straight up microtransactions when within the game. A lot of people are going with the approach of making the game for free and then profiting off of all the loot that they add in the game, which is, I mean, personally, I've moved on from buying things within games now. I just kind of get the game and then that's it, because it's just like a skin, whatever. But the money is there. People want to buy skins and camos and characters and all that kind of stuff. So imagine using Kaspa as the currency within a game to actually purchase different things. Would be very crazy to see. Also, Crypto Phoenix is known for actually having a huge thread of if Jonathan is Satoshi, and he did find this recently, and I just found it kind of interesting here. So it says Jonathan said on Twitter some time ago, "If you don't get it, I don't have time to explain it to you." And then there was a post from Satoshi back in the day that says, "If you don't believe it or don't get it, I don't have the time to try to convince you. Sorry, Satoshi Nakamoto." So I don't know if Jonathan is a troll and he's just trying to be appear as if he's Satoshi, or if I don't know, he's just hinting at us about something. But either way, we know Jonathan is like the best in the space when it comes to knowing the technology of Bitcoin. And so also, I just want to show you a couple clips of Jonathan speaking and just kind of like the future outlook of Kaspa here. So let's go ahead and take a listen to this.
At least I do want to beat Bitcoin to the vision, to the implementation of the vision of peer-to-peer electronic cash. This was the original, this was the title with which I entered the space, the title of the white paper within, which I read and everyone read at that time, entering the space, and this was the vision.
If you heard that, Jonathan kind of struggled there and said that if you look at the title of which I entered into the space,
I do want to.
It's kind of funny because people were thinking that he made a mistake there because he's actually Satoshi and he actually entered into the space with the white paper, but he corrected himself. And it's just kind of funny to hear that. I'm not really going to run with the narrative that for sure he is Satoshi. I mean, I personally believe it could be a group of people, not just one person, but for sure, if I was to choose somebody, he has all the know-how for sure, for sure.
This is where I would like Kaspa to grow. Again, I would like it to be. I want to see in the market, regardless of Kaspa, I want to see in the market a platform which is based and holds the same system values and fundamentals as Bitcoin protocol or Satoshi system, and being expressive and a contender and a useful contender in the open financial value proposition. So this is where I want Kaspa to go. So in a sense, it aims to implement a vision which once upon a time was Bitcoin's vision.
So yeah, basically, Jonathan is just trying to finish what Bitcoin started. We could see here that this is an explanation of Dagnite and what this will bring to Kaspa. So Dagnite is a new consensus protocol that achieves responsiveness, a world first. It reacts to the actual network delay, unlike every other coin, including our current Ghost DAG protocol. Incredibly, it retains a 50% tolerance, so it is faster and more secure than Ghost DAG. In a nutshell, thanks at JWJ for the wording, Dagnite will make Kaspa require less confirmations to be provably secure, intrinsically scale as internet speeds increase, basically as the internet gets faster over the next decades with more fiber optic cables, etc. Kaspa will scale with this without any hard fork interventions. This will make our coin literally the ultimate layer 1 proof of work coin in existence. So I like to always say Kaspa is an unfinished project, and a lot of people are very impatient with the development that's going behind it. But you have to realize is that the developments that are happening are things that have never happened before. Kaspa is literally revolutionizing the space with its technology. So just know that developments are gonna take time, but later in this video we do have a update on a development that's going to be very, very exciting for sure. So looking here, another partnership, we got a partnership with CoinPal, which CoinPal is basically just a company that allows different other companies to use their service so that they can accept cryptocurrency as payment on their website. So if you're interested in taking a look at this, we are now integrated with CoinPal, which means that other companies that use CoinPal to allow crypto payments can now use Kaspa. So Kaspa is being adopted in real time in different places. Also, another exchange, swap exchange, similar to StealthX. Kaspa is now on Simple Swap. I have not tried this personally, but if you guys are interested in another way to get Kaspa by just quickly swapping your other coins into it, Simple Swap is now available and accepting Kaspa. Now into the really interesting news here. We have Shai, which is one of the core developers of Kaspa, and I'm actually going to be having an interview with him very, very soon on the channel. It says, I'm not saying that a public 10 blocks per second cast testnet will go live this Sunday, but I'm also not saying that it wouldn't. So it looks like 10 blocks per second is finally going to be fully implemented on the testnet, guys, not the mainnet, but the testnet. So we're going to actually see 10 blocks per second put into practice. Now, just remember, this is only on the testnet. This is not the mainnet. So remember, when these news kind of comes out, the market may push to the upside, but just remember, like, buy the rumor, sell the news kind of scenario. Sometimes I remember when Rust was coming out, everyone was saying, oh, Rust is coming out, like that's like a bullish thing. It was only alpha. Like, it's not the mainnet. This is still testing. Caspa is an unfinished project. It's going to take time to develop, but still, regardless, achieving this is actually incredible. If everything goes well in testnet, for sure that is very, very, very good news for Kaspa. I just want to also show another rumor, which I'm not really trying to run with too much, but this has been floating around. It says God Candle looks to be loading on rumors of upcoming Coinbase listing. And this user here said, I don't believe the rumors to be true. Cas will be listed there eventually, but not yet. And then Dr. Martin from Uphold tweeted just saying cough. And, he's been known for just kind of hinting at things, but remember, he was the person behind listing Kaspa, and certain things were said and they didn't happen right away as people were thinking. So, he could just be, saying, he could say whatever he wants. It doesn't actually mean that something is going to happen, but nonetheless, it's interesting to see. I want to get into some other things here. So first off, in the Discord, I actually had a conversation with this person on there named, he goes by Aspect on there. He said, I came across this not so long ago and decided to go over some of the old material from the Scaling Bitcoin conferences. Here are related presentations from 2015 to 2018. If you go on the Discord, you could find this exact message in the media section. But these videos just basically go into old videos back in the day.
You might be asking yourself,
allowed that Jonathan was actually in there, and those 3 videos, I actually put the link to where Jonathan starts speaking. And these videos, you could see this was in 2015. Jonathan's over here talking about, I believe, the Ghost protocol, trying to propose it to Bitcoin. And I just say Kaspa roots go way back, because they do. If you do the deep dive in Kaspa, you'll see why, like, the trust is easily going to be able to be put into Kaspa because Jonathan and his work and how many years he's been in the space doing this kind of stuff. And he also said, I was the planning committee chair of this conference for many years. Dag Labs was the local host of 2019 event in Tel Aviv University. And, I said, wow, I do not understand how Bitcoiners still reject Kaspa. They really think that this space cannot introduce actual new innovation to Bitcoin. He said, it's not really about that. Safety, reliability, and security are the highest priority in Bitcoin core. But there are other things in play that are not related to technologies. You are familiar with hard forks. So for example, I can proclaim that the original fork is a true Bitcoin, and then upgrades will have an identity crisis. This is why Ethereum uses difficulty bombs. It is a very long and complex topic. I said, understandable, Kaspa is very new, so I see no Bitcoiners are actually straight up attacking it, but instead probably waiting for more developments in Kaspa to prove itself when it comes to security. We approach 1 year with no hiccups so far that I am aware of. And he says, the good thing is that developers working on Kaspa are well versed in the domain. So there is a lot of Bitcoin development know-how that gets carried over to Kaspa, more than Ethereum to my knowledge, as an ETH team was formed from the ground up, whereas in Kaspa, there are people that have been part of Bitcoin and Lightning development academic ecosystem. So the developers that are behind Kaspa know what they're doing. So, that just creates a lot of trust. And the fact that we are following Bitcoin fundamentals is what is super important, and why I can willingly invest into Kaspa aside from just only having a Bitcoin only approach in the space. Lastly, guys, if you have not taken a look at the OneKey Classic wallet, I do have a video that goes into a deep tutorial of how it works, and this is a pretty good alternative to Tangem if you don't like the fact that you can't see your seed phrase at all. OneKey is basically like a Trezor copycat, and it allows you to see your seed phrase. And it's a really good hardware wallet that allows you to store your Kaspa offline and away from exchanges. If you guys go ahead and check the link down in the description, there should be a link right here to OneKey Classic, and you guys can go check it out and get your OneKey Classic. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. And as always, don't be average, be different.